Let me bring the jury.
The jury is present.
All right, thank you. You may call your next witness.
State calls Devin Newell.
Good morning.
Raise your right hand, left hand on the wall. You affirm the testimony about to give before the witness trial will be the truth that helps God.
Yes.
Thank you. Take a seat in the witness stand. You can adjust the microphone. State your name again for the record.
Devin Patrick Newell, Newell.
All right. Good afternoon, or excuse me, almost afternoon, Mr. Newell.
Good morning.
All right. Where are you employed, sir?
General Motors.
All right. And what are your duties there at General Motors?
I'm a senior technical expert in advanced driver assist systems.
All right. And can you just give the jury a very short version of what that entails? Very short, please.
I investigate field performance issues and concerns with our advanced driver assistance systems.
All right. And as part of that role, do you help maintain certain records that are kept by GM in the normal course of business?
I don't necessarily maintain those records, but I'm aware of records that we keep on servers relative to vehicle data that can be of assistance in our field performance investigations.
Okay. And when you say field performance investigations, that's something you do, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And that references generally what? What does that mean when you say field performance investigations?
Understanding how our vehicles may perform in the field. Active safety systems include things like forward collision alert and automatic emergency braking. So as we look at how those things perform in the field, vehicle data and other data we collect can be helpful in understanding what is occurring with those events, understanding how our systems are performing.
Okay. And do modern GM vehicles, under certain conditions, upload information to GM servers?
That's correct. We've got telematics units in our vehicles. That's a fancy name for sending information over the air. Those, as part of a normal course of business, those electronic modules in the vehicle collect lots of pieces of data from different sensors and modules in the vehicle, and that information can be sent via cell phone networks and or Wi-Fi back to servers at General Motors.
And General Motors then keeps that information in the course of normal business, correct?
That is correct.
Now, if someone buys a GM vehicle and they're not comfortable with uploading certain types of information, can they opt out of some of the things?
Yeah, certainly privacy, customer privacy is a big concern at General Motors, as you would expect. We've got lots of teams that look at that, investigate, and understand that. And we've got various protocols in place to protect the customer's privacy.
Okay. And just let's speak generally again. What specific sorts of information is routinely uploaded from GM vehicles to GM servers?
It can be a lot of different pieces of information. Diagnostic trouble codes with your engines or brake systems could be information we upload. We monitor the performance of things like your battery to understand if your battery is getting low or needs some charging, and other pieces of information about what the vehicle may be doing. That can and does include, I would say, GPS information, your vehicle location, and potentially speed and things like that.
Okay. And that sort of information is kept by GM in the course of normal business, correct?
That's correct, sir.
All right. And I'm going to draw your attention to March of last year. Are you aware, at least as of today, that SLED sent a search warrant to GM?
That's correct. I believe a search warrant was sent to General Motors to generally request information we may have about a particular vehicle.
All right. And I know you don't have the search warrant in front of you, but did you make a note of what vehicle identification number or VIN that search warrant was requesting information for?
I do. I have that number here with me. I can read that.
Can you read that, please?
Yeah, VIN is a vehicle identification number that uniquely identifies the vehicle. It's a 17-character number. 1GN SK FK D0 MR 210998.
Okay. And let's fast forward to last Friday, which I believe was February 10th, if I looked at my calendar correctly. Did it come to your attention that even though that search warrant had been served back in March of last year, GM in fact had some information that was responsive to that original search warrant?
Yeah, that's correct. I wasn't necessarily involved in the search warrant back in March, but I did become aware Friday evening that additional information not previously given before existed.
All right. And so GM did in fact have some information on servers for that particular event, correct?
That's correct.
That had not been previously provided to law enforcement prior to last Friday, correct?
That is my understanding, yes.
All right, and, okay. Now I'm going to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 515, 515.
Thank you.
And I'm going to ask if you recognize that CD, sir.
Yes, that's correct. That's a CD with information on it that I reviewed on a laptop earlier today, and I've signed and dated the CD.
All right, and did you verify that the records contained in that CD is the information GM provided in response to the original March search warrant?
Yes, that's correct. I reviewed the 3 spreadsheets, Excel files that were on here, and those are in fact the same information that was stored in our databases and provide to you. And yes, I can authenticate that.
Okay. And so those records contained on the CD are authentic copies of records maintained by GM in the normal course of business?
Yes, sir.
All right, and just briefly, what sorts of information is contained? And we're not going to ask you to go line by line or anything, because there's a pretty voluminous amount of data, correct?
Yeah, there's 3 different Excel sheets, information collected over 3 days. Again, as I kind of talked, I have not reviewed the details of this. I'm not asked to analyze it.
Sure.
The form and content is what we get there. But generally speaking, that information includes, it says vehicle diagnostic information, information on the battery systems, and GPS information.
Okay, GPS information, including speed information?
That's correct. Longitude, latitude, speed information are included in there.
At this time, the state would move to enter Exhibit 515. All right, that's fair from the state.
By the defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Just have maybe 1 minute worth of questions. So you were not part of you weren't working on this when the search warrant came in, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you just became aware of this on Friday?
That's correct.
How did you become aware of it?
General Motors legal staff reached out to me in response to the subpoena as a person who could come down and authenticate these records.
The legal staff told you that you had information responsive to the search warrant?
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the General Motors had information responsive, not me personally.
I apologize for that, of course, General Motors.
Thank you.
Are you aware of the testimony that occurred earlier in this case regarding reverse engineering the electronics in the Chevy Suburban?
I have general knowledge that some FBI folks have looked at some information inside of the infotainment system in the vehicle.
But do you have any knowledge of any reverse engineering efforts the FBI conducted over the course of a full year?
I have not been involved in those or not aware of any details of that, no, sir.
Maybe you can answer one quick technical question. The timestamps in this data, where do they come from?
Again, I have not reviewed this specific data, but the timestamps out of these things here, when GPS information is collected by a GPS receiver, included in that is timestamp information.
And then finally, this is information that was uploaded to a server at GM.
That's correct.
No further questions.
Anything further?
Nothing to say.
You may step down. Let me call your next witness.
Roger Dale Davis.